Welcome everyone to Day 20, where bad rolls make great role playing. Very sorry for the noise of the peanuts or the nuts. It's not my fault. It is Derrum Facinus and Caith. Um,
Guys,
announcements for tonight is that we have a brand new video to show you right after this first part of this episode during the break, which is called Law and Order. Now, if you haven't seen the trailer for it last week, it is pretty much about combining the lore and history of Kaldraa into one small video to show you, the viewers, of what you will expect from this world. Apart from that, there's no other announcements, so let's go around the invisible table and introduce everyone to the viewers, starting with Steve.
Steve isn't back yet.
Steve not back yet. Fantastic, good stuff. Joe. Let's start with Joe.
He's a lover and a fighter and a barbarian. Fitzroy Harrigon.
Amazing. Jack.
He's a fighter, a damned hero, and an honourable man. He is Paul Betteridge.
James.
I'm Derrum Facinus. I play the Tantan.
Is that what you're gonna say about that?
Back to you, Ulfgrim.
And last but not least, Michelle.
Oh, you're damn right about that, darling. I'm Caith, and I'm your necromancer of the show. And I believe I'm doing pretty good. I've actually got 2 extra hit points this time.
Ooh. Steve and Luke will be here very shortly, but we all know who Steve is. He is a Shadorim paladin, and Luke is a Nayak Owlin, who's a cleric, I think he is, if I remember rightly.
Sorcerer.
Sorcerer. Okay, sorcerer. We'll
think,
go with
yeah.
that. So, the players are kind of ready. The DM is kind of ready. Let's scry into tonight's adventure of the Sagas of Kaldraa. And we're back. So, who can tell this old DM what happened last week?
I was manhandled. And a squiddy squid touched me. It sucked off my ring and sucked off my sword from my water pocket. Because I said no to the tentacle thingy dingy. And I was moist. For most of the session, I was very wet and moist.
You were.
And that's the only time you get wet and moist, darling. But also, I believe I found a little mark on our dear friend's Facinus's back, which I realise he is cursed, which is rather quite interesting.
So at the beginning, you had a battle with the captain.
Oh yes, that old charade. I've forgotten him already.
Killed the captain.
Mm-hmm.
Ship sank. Looted it. I looted it. I forgot to think about that last week. I definitely looted that motherfucking ship.
And you still got that jewelry box.
Yeah. We'll think about that today. And then we were rescued by Galileo. Galileo,
The
who's an
stargazer.
astronomer,
Yep.
took us to his island. Generally shifty? I can't remember.
No,
it was
Paul
pretty
went to
fine.
check him out, and he was all right.
A bit lonely, a bit strange.
Eccentric.
But, yeah. But he was all right.
An old man living on his own on an island. It happens.
He basically made you guys clean his little house. He
Oh,
made
yes, we did come clean with us. Special.
Come clean with me. Come clean.
you stayed the night there. Derrum had a weird nightmare or dream, and you got moist.
I was very descriptive, yes.
Yes, you were. And then you got into Galileo's little boat, and you're now sailing to Dawnsview, where you see it coming into focus.
Oh, so we're just not going to mention that happened?
What?
No, that's fine. We'll not mention that it happened. It's all right.
What's that?
I'm sure the viewers will remember. Oh, sorry, listeners, viewers, whatever.
No, yes, I'm sure they're not interested in details like that.
Pleasurable moments, yeah.
Oh yeah. And before they got during the night, Caith and Paul had some
Get in
snoo.
the time.
They had snoo.
Paith, or call.
It was
You guys had snoo, and I had a hentai terror.
It was a wonderful romantic connection of two hearts.
This one probably had 6. I didn't want any one of them.
Do you miss her already for seeing this?
Kinda. It was the first time I was held. In its arms? Tentacles?
Would you like to know it? The creature goes by she and her.
I say they go for seeing this. You're right out
Well,
in there.
To be honest, it was a squid nightmare. At that point, the only pronouns I'd be using is
So you're now sailing towards Dawnsview, where it is very cold. It's snowing heavily, and you'll wrap up warm, or try to anyway, on the skip, whilst Galileo is sailing the ship into port. You arrive probably about mid-morning onto the docks. Galileo ties up the skip onto the my brain's gone now. I'm going to get so much jip from this. The wooden bit.
On the
That's
dock?
the one. Sorry, my brain's brain's gone. On the dock. He ties it up on the dock. Thank you very much. And you all get off the skip. What do you want to do whilst you all get off the skip?
well, I'm going to find a local tavern and start playing music. I have one job, and I generally fuck it up, so I will continue to do so.
Paul's going to take a quick walk around, have a look at the uniforms of the local guard.
The local guard is very much heavily influenced by Anglo-Saxon housecarls, chainmail, spears, round shields, helmets. That type of outfit. You don't see anything out of the ordinary. Like there's no other guards about.
Good, that's good.
So Fitz remembers, but Joe doesn't. What are we supposed to do when we first get here? Because obviously we don't, because we're now back on the mainland. So do we need to exchange our money? What was the vibe with that?
No, you
We're
still.
supposed to be meeting somebody. We're still in the north.
You are. Yes, you are still in the north. In
Never mind then.
in Albania. So, I think you just need to plan out what you guys want to do. I'll put up a town map of the area. Viewers can see it on Roll20, but I'm doing this for the lovely people here.
Wasn't there someone that was kidnapped we were supposed to be searching for? In a cult? Had dragon masks.
Yes, the queen.
God, we really get off track quick.
I'm just thinking it's a big city though. Like, do we just kind of blunder our way to the queen, or do we? Is there? I don't know if there's anything that we've been told, like look for X or approach so and so.
I mean,
That's
we
a
have
pot.
them riddles, darling, so maybe that'll lead us to the queen.
Riddles. Let me find.
Whilst he's looking that up, DM, what do or if anything, do any of us know about this area, like local governance, what the culture's like?
Make history checks, everyone.
Oh, my favourite subject.
22.
Oh God.
Oh,
13.
14.
D20 altogether. Plus 3 for my proficiency.
14 altogether?
Okay, so who else got over 20?
Just me.
Just you. Okay, so
I have 20.
okay, so both Caith and Fitzroy know about this kingdom of Molkoth that is run by a queen, Queen Astrid, after her late brother passed away without any heirs. So she is now in charge of the kingdom. You do also know that there's a lot of there's not much stability within the towns and cities of Molkoth, as a certain advisor has been taxing the poor quite a lot, and there's a lot of beggars and a lot of poor people about the cities and towns within this kingdom. That's been happening for the last 2 or 3 years now.
Well, it sounds like we could go to a tavern.
Oh, don't you have enough of drinking, Chris?
Actually, quite. Yeah, I'm good with drinking, but I want to drink.
You want to drink more? Right. Anybody else with a plan? Because this is quite a poor place. And watch your pockets, because it
Well,
might be a bit lighter when you go by, people. From what
I
I
might-
hear about this place.
I might try and mingle in with some of them. The poor are my people, after all. I might find out things that more reputable people wouldn't know.
Well, you do that, and I shall probably find somebody of higher class around here. Maybe. Just looks around and then kind of covers her pockets a little bit more.
Galileo turns to you and says, "Well, this is my my stop. I'm going to head into the city for some supplies and then head home. But it was nice meeting all of you.
Bye, Galileo.
Yes, keep them books organised.
I will try. Thank you, my dear, and have a wonderful time in Novaria. Just make sure your pockets aren't picked." And
Thanks for the tea and let me dry my clothes.
he just waves goodbye in an anime style and just walks off.
See you, bye.
The strange old man. Fitz is really intently reading these riddles, too close to his face, like muttering along as he reads.
Fitz, watch it, I'm talking to something.
So we've been to Whitewater, not that one. Sail across to the mainland, up the Holly, where beware of the bear. Just gonna see if anything on this map jumps out at me.
Bear. Now, if it's a riddle, it might not mean a literal bear, but something that stands for the bear, maybe a bear standard, somebody who's known as being the bear.
Okay, so
nickname.
maybe ask around for any bears in the local area.
Would you like to do that, Fitzroy?
Yes. So Fitz is going to set off. He's going to go to Mermaid's Tail Tavern.
Okay.
If I can get there. If we're splitting up.
Well, I'm gonna go with Fitzroy. He seems like he's gonna find bears. Bears are fun. They're interesting. Also dangerous.
Well, it just seems like Paul and Caith cannot go to their respective destinations together because they just would not fit in.
No, darlings. Unfortunately, I think this is one we'll have to do alone. Which I'm kind of worried about because my pockets are, deep. Enough of that.
Caith, what is your task? What are you going to be doing, Caith?
I'm going to find the Queen's Longhouse, if I believe I'm correct about this area, and see what's going on with this town.
Okay. Paul going to mingle the commoners. Okay. Nayak, go with Caith. Shadorim, go with Paul.
I would prefer if you didn't, only because some of the people I will be talking to won't exactly be comfortable with the paladin being around.
Well,
I understand that.
All the merrier in the tavern.
Whichever.
In the tavern. Actually, I could go with Paul.
No.
Aww. Well, looks like I'm going in the middle of the city then. And I just start walking.
Okay.
Yeah, split up.
Do we have any audio from Nayak yet?
I don't know, do we?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello. Long time no see. So Nayak. So right. Could everyone just remind us, old DM, who's going where, just so I know. Okay.
Well, okay. Hopefully, it's a company of Nayak who might be going to the Queen's Longhouse.
Okay.
I will be trying to find out how to access the Thieves Guild, if any.
Okay.
But I'll make myself look grubbier and dirtier. So the same, but just like as if Paul was a tramp.
I can help you there. I've used prestidigitation.
Of course.
You're making my decision so not regretful.
It's like just owl pellets all over him.
Yeah, prestidigitation in inverted commas.
Right, you do know I can change my appearance at will.
I may have forgotten.
Would you mind undoing that, please?
I certainly can, and I use prestidigitation again to undo all of it.
Nayak, you don't do that quite a lot, do you? No, the prestidigitation.
It's an incredibly useful spell.
Yes, you don't happen to use it on anybody else in the party, right?
No, why'd you ask?
Just curious.
Odd question, but okay.
I just wonder if this place has got a cleric, but there we go. My taste still seems to be rather off.
We'll have to get you to a physician at some point.
Yes. I don't feel ill, so that's weird. Anyways, back to the plans.
So I think instead Fitz is going to wander around, but he's going to go to the Stormfang's Hunter Guild to
Okay.
inquire about the bear.
Okay. Should we do that first then? What's Shadorim doing?
I gotta say, does our party actually have any maps of the local area?
Nope.
Okay, second question: is there any temples here, like to
Yes, there is a temple.
Izmir?
Not for Izmir, no, but there's unfortunately only the temple, the House of the Dead.
Right. Yeah, I don't think as a paladin he'd feel comfortable going there.
No. But
I'm
yeah,
going to the House of the Dead.
just above table, Steve, just let you know you can get maps of the area or the whole region or the whole country from bookstores or libraries. Just let you know.
Right, that's where I'm going to go then.
To the bookstore.
Yeah, I'll go to the bookstore and get us a map.
So we'll do Joe first, as he's going to the Stormfang's Hunter Guild. You walk in, and it's a very rowdy place where there's bottles being thrown on the floor, there's fights, there's drunken people on the tables.
Fitz just smiles and blushes.
As you walk in to the I would say the reception table, you are met with a very gentle looking human female with long blonde hair. She's wearing a sort of a Nordic and Saxon dress with little like jewelry around her neck. Greetings, sir. Can I help you?
Hello. This is the Hall of Hunters, isn't it? The Hunters Guild.
Yes, that's us.
Amazing. Love what you've done with the place. It's very homey.
And then someone just like falls onto the desk and everything, drunk and everything, while she just pushes him away. It's like, yes, well, it's a bit rowdy today because the hunters are getting a bit frisky.
Frisky? Why?
Well, there's not a lot of, it's been a week since they went on their hunt.
Oh, and what is the game up here?
Not much anymore. It used to be wolves. There used to be trolls here, but the trolls are all gone up to the mountains now. They mostly attack giant rats now, unfortunately.
Well, I've dealt with my fair share of giant rats, believe me. I was wondering, just in the area and the place called out to me, is there any famous bears in the area? One that one could go hunt? Any legends or anything?
Well, there is one legend of a bear. But let me. I'm going to look at it in my journal. Hang on a second. And she gets his like little journal out and she flips through the, pages and everything. There is. Wow, I don't know if it's true or not. But there is a bear. There is a bear living in the Shadow Woods,
Shadow Woods.
but that is beyond our. Well, it's beyond our border, really. It's bordering the. And yeah, and she like leans over to the Wavian Empire, and we're not really allowed to go over there, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, spit on the Empire, right?
Oh yes, definitely. We don't really want trouble with them, do we? At the moment, with all poor people happening around this. Anyway.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you like? A drink or anything, sir? Or
I would love a drink, and for you or one of these gentlemen to tell me what the Shadow Woods is. I'm new to the land. I've been living on an island as an astronomer for many years now. Coming to do hunting.
Well, the best thing you could do is, well, wolves, really. Wolves are living in the Allheart Forest. The other forest I can't think about. Hang on. Old Pine Grove. There are known to be redcaps in the Old Pine Grove, though. But apart from that, there's not much game, really, unfortunately. Not since the trolls and ogres left this land and retreated
tell me about
to the
it.
north. Well, retreated to the Moldur Mountains.
Hate it when they do that. Because I do love hunting. I would like to go find the bear of the Shadow Woods. I think that's all I can do. Now, let's get a drink. Fitz is going to, if there's some kind of bottle nearby, if it's a bar.
Yeah, there's a half-empty bottle near the lady that you're talking to.
Just gonna be like, I would like a drink, and to replace this one, if it's yours, and then he's just gonna throw it at somebody just to join in the fight.
And you join in the fight. Okay. We're gonna come back to that in a minute. Let's go to Paul. What are you doing, Paul?
Okay, so he's going to be traipsing the streets, trying to look dejected. Yeah, imagine, like, instead of this nice dark woolen coat, he's made it look like this dirty brown one with a stained fur rim, little leather cap, and the fingerless gloves. All the hallmarks. And just kind of, he's going to try and pull it off to look like he's a homeless drunken bum. And whilst he's doing that, see if he can find, like groups of where homeless people are gathering.
You see there's a little gathering of homeless people being fed outside the House of the Dead by priests of said religion. They're handing out soup and bread to these homeless people.
Okay.
So basically, it's like a soup house, or like a like a hostel for for the homeless people.
The temporarily displaced.
Yes, that's a good word to say it.
Okay. So he'll kind of come to the back of the line, trying to make his voice sound a bit more suffered. So what do you have to do to be able to get some of that?
Some of what? And he's just like this really old, like tiefling with a scar around his eye, and like half a horn cut off.
In the bowls, the soup. Haven't eaten in a day or so.
Well, you just get in line and you just go to the priests and they'll hand you out food. It's their charity.
It's always good to see, and he'll test his reaction. Just lightly tap his shoulder. Always good to see us looking out for our fellow man.
I guess so, yeah. Yeah, I've never seen you about before. You know.
If you mean if I'm from these parts, sorry, sir, I ain't.
Where are you from?
Did you perhaps hear of the riots in Cirta?
I have.
Davalonia?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was there.
Ah, I see.
I gave up everything I had just to escape the foul place. God's gone crazy.
And you end up in this shithole. Ha. I don't know if you came out of the fire into the frying pan, or the frying pan into the fire, mate. And he walks up to the priest, and he gets a bowl, and the priest puts in. It looks bad than what it smells. It smells quite nice, but when you look at it, it just looks really bad slops.
Yeah, watery brown, really thin.
Yeah. And then another priest gives this tiefling some bread, and the tiefling just wanders away. And then you're up next in line. Hello, sir. Would you like some morning broth?
Okay, I'm gonna do something gross, add to the mask of many faces, make it look like he's got barely any teeth, and they're all yellow and orange, and do a big grin. 'Twould be much obliged, sir.
Lovely. It's nice to see hygiene is not left the quarters. Anyway, here's your bowl, and Horinger here will give you some bread. And the man just gives you like a small loaf of bread.
Okay, could I try and involve myself in whatever conversation or gathering the tiefling
Yeah, you can.
was in?
Yeah. He's talking to some interesting. He's talking to two big guys who haven't got anything. They're not eating, but they look really unkempt. Like their clothes are tattered, re-sewn and sewn back together and everything. One's got ginger mutton chops, and one's got a patch over his eye. And they're quite taller than the tiefling, so they're looking down on the tiefling.
So I'm just going to try and act oblivious to this.
Okay.
I just kind of just nudge his elbow. See, that's not what I've heard about this place. I've heard that there are, I'm going to whisper in thieves' cant, hidden treasures. If a man seeks his fortune.
He steps back a bit, and then he shifts his eyes to the two individuals. They react to you quite hostile by them grabbing your the scruff of your coat or your shirt and everything, and they slam you up against the wall, and they say, "What did you say?"
I said I'm seeking my fortune.
So is everyone else in this place. Meet us at the edge of the city at midnight tonight, and we'll show you what true treasure is. And they just let you go, and they just walk off.
How dit that feel? Did it feel like this is a shakedown, or like there's a bit of understanding in what I just said to them?
Bit both, really. I think they want you to join them at midnight out at the outskirts of the city.
Okay. Right. I'm going to have to fit in now. I'm going to have to eat the bread.
Yep.
And the gruel.
Mm-hmm. doesn't taste nice, but it's edible, if that makes sense. The bread is stale, very stale, but you try your best to blend in as best you can. We're
just a few passing comments like, at least you don't have to spit on it, hey.
We're gonna go to Caith and Nayak now. So you two are heading towards the Queen's Longhouse, aka Whitehaven. You pass some guards. They don't really take any notice of you, and you head towards the Longhouse. What are you guys doing, or what are you saying to each other?
So they must have already heard Caith's in town. Because thank God.
Well, I look back at the guards and then back at the guards again and then back to me again. And I'm just like, that's the first time nobody's paid any attention to me since I've left my island. What is this?
You keep good company, simply, and,
It must be you.
Yes, exactly. Has to be. Shall we proceed? Since we haven't really met any downfalls so far, so far so good.
And now we're jinxed.
And as soon as you get to the doors to the palace, you're stopped by a guard wearing a green cloak, same chainmail, sword, shield, and spear and everything. What's your business here?
I lean over to Caith and just say, "This is your fault."
Do you have permission to enter the Queen's Palace?
Not exactly, darling, but how would one actually get permission?
A written request.
Okay, so if I write a little request right now, that would do it?
Possibly, but it needs to be done by someone who's proper. Not just some riffraff half-elf.
Oh, well, clearly you don't know who my lady is. She's of the noblest birth that one could possibly imagine.
And where are you from? The Empire? Their rules.
Exactly.
We don't tolerate Imperials here, love.
Perish the thought.
As soon as he says that, the doors are flung open, and you see a very interesting-looking individual wearing black robes, a silver skull cap on, and a quite big ginger beard. Lawrence, leave them.
Yes, Lance.
They are special. Now.
See, Lance, he gets it.
No, don't worry. Everything will be fine. Come, you two, come. And he's just like he kind of beckons you like little puppies and everything up these stairs to go into the Queen's house.
Now I feel like he's been patronising.
Yeah, I go, but I'm very cautious about it.
Can
Head is literally on a swivel.
Are you two entering, or you?
Yeah, no, she'll come, but slowly. Because he's been patronising.
I'm very subtly just going to cast mage armor on myself. Just in case.
So you walk slightly behind him, but he's like proper like fast pacing with his little staff and everything. So, are you the ones I saw earlier?
So where?
I saw you get off that little skip earlier in my little tower, and I knew exactly what you'd be able to do. You might help us, or help me at least.
Help with what?
Well, As you can tell, have you not seen the city? Beggars.
Yes, I have. I have to keep checking my pockets.
Beggars, thieves about. We haven't had that in years. Not since the Queen's advisor came to power. The so-called Lord Lynx himself.
Lord Link.
Seth Lynx, the owner of Golden Lynx Company. He's been strangling hold of the poor for years now. I wanted to know what he's up to.
I would like to know what he's up to, but fortunately our pockets are a little bit light. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, don't you worry. You have your. Do not worry. You have your reward. But there must be. But you have to do something for me. But don't say anything just yet.
Nayak, what do you say?
I say, what do you need? And we'll see if it's something that we can do for you.
Let's talk to the Queen first, shall we? And he opens the door to this great big hall. I would say something from like similar to Edorath in Lord of the Rings. The architect of wooden frames and beams coming down with all manner of arts and carvings on them are prestige and amazing. You walk down the to the other end of the room and you see a quite big grand chair with a queen sitting on it. She's a very middle-aged human woman with long flowing blonde hair, and next to her is a sort of a thin face, greasy, bald head individual wearing a long coat type how would I try to think how to describe it. It's more like an elegant robe than a coat, but it's nothing you've seen before. Like the actual fashion of it is something different to the ones you know in the city. Like he's not from another country or something.
I don't trust that man there, Nayak. She just whispers to him.
My
I
queen.
kind of give her like a little nod in reply, but I don't say anything.
My Queen Astrid, this is... I didn't catch your name, so I'm very sorry.
This is Lady Caith, and my name is Nayak.
They are here to help Mr. Lynx with his problem, Your Grace. I'm sure that will suffice you quite well.
And assuming this individual is Mr. Lynx.
This is my advisor, yes, Seth Lynx. He is my son-in-law as well.
Oh, lovely.
He has advised me on many things, but we've had a trouble recently. A shipment of his goods have been, how would you say, stolen. Unfortunately. And we would like the items to be retrieved.
We're going to need some more information than that. What are the goods? Who took them? Where from? Where might they be? Have you any leads? Where has your investigation gone so far?
Seth walks in front of the Queen and is like, they are personal items that I bought myself.
I know, but I want to know what I'm looking for.
You'll
I
find
don't know
them.
what it is.
One of my riders that came back from the attack told me that there was some huge creatures attacked the horse and carriage and took the items to their hole in the ground.
Can I roll a nature check to see if a hole in the ground and large creature just rings any kind of bells at all?
Sure.
That is a 15.
you can tell that he is describing a troll. And the hole in the ground is more of a small little cavern under a hill.
Are we talking about a troll? Do you think? Because I know that they don't necessarily dig holes, but they will take up in a cave system. So if there's one of those,
Might be one of them. I'm not too sure. Anyway, can we have your assistance, please?
we still need further information. I mean, sure, we can go and find these trolls, but how do we know what items that we're looking to bring back? I mean, if they've stolen from you, then the chances are that they've stolen from others. So we could be looking at, something akin to a dragon horde here. We need to know exactly what we're bringing
You would
back.
know it has the golden lynx symbol on the box. I'm hoping the box has not been opened, but there's some coin as well.
If you'll forgive me, neither of us are from here. What does your sigil look like?
He pulls out a little pin and everything, and it's like a little lion, a little like a lynx, that has.
Oh, that kind of links. I thought you were talking about like links in a chain.
No, like a little cat and everything.
Right, with you.
But it's kind of like sleeping on top of this white dragon skull.
Well, that's certainly a powerful image.
That is the symbol of the Golden Lynx Company.
So that's what we're looking for if we
Yes.
acquiesce to your request.
Mm.
Well, we would have to discuss with the rest of our party. Our travel companion.
Please don't take too long. It is in dire need that I need those packages back.
Oh, is it time sensitive?
Not really, just I need them back soon before little hands get onto them.
Speaking of little hands, do you have any others looking for this at all? Or are we the first that you've asked?
That is sensitive information I'm not allowed to explain. I think the Queen understands that, and the Queen nods like happily, like she's enamored of him, like she's kind of under a spell.
Caith just looks at the Queen. Are you okay, darling?
Yes,
My Majesty.
Lord Lynx hasn't strayed away from anything, and she holds his hand and everything, like like what mother-in-laws would do and everything, and like I'm very proud of him. He's made me and my daughter ever so happy, and he's run this country amazingly.
Really? He has?
I know how this is going to sound, given that you've literally just said that it's like she's under a spell, but I was thinking of doing this the whole time and then just thinking, oh no, do I waste the spell slot? But now I'm thinking, go for it. I am going to cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
But again, I'm going to be a bit sly about doing it.
I was going to say, John, your experience of mothers-in-law is very different.
Yeah, me too.
Well, shush.
Okay, so I kind of, it's verbal and somatic, so I kind of, I rub my eyes one after the other to try and disguise it, and as the verbal component, I'll just kind of cough, but obviously like I'm putting magical energy into this.
Yeah.
So I rub my eyes and I cast Detect Magic on myself.
And you do feel a slight hum of magic around the Queen. Only a little bit, but it's there.
Are we talking like a charm or something?
Yeah, like a charm.
Okay. I will tell Caith this in a bit, but not obviously in front of them. So I don't say anything just yet.
Well, next is we'll have to have a word with our party. And we'll send word that we'll have a look at your little problem, but this city, I really don't think it's all that much at the moment. I fear for my pockets, actually.
Yes, we don't understand why a lot of thieves are happening in this city. We're trying to fix it, aren't we, Seth? Indeed. But it doesn't matter. Soon nothing will matter. And he has that sort of like slimy grin.
Caith just like, do you know when you twist your head a bit like, and why soon will it not matter? It's an interesting choice of words.
It won't. But please, come back soon. You'll be heavily rewarded for your actions.
We'll expect quite significant, assuming that we take the job, of course. We'll expect quite significant additional payment for our. And I kind of look at my. Would there be talons on my hands? Because I have hands.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would say
talons.
Yeah, I would say talents.
Talons on my hand, like looking at my nails, and I'm like, we'll expect significant recompense for our discretion.
We will give you rations and supplies, but you won't get the money until after the job is done.
We'll also need to make sure that we're fully equipped, so if we need to purchase anything to pursue this, I assume that we can send the bill to you?
Please do.
And also I'll stay in the tavern. Of our choice.
Of your choice, that'd be fine.
Excellent. We'll go and discuss this with the rest of our party, and shall send you our response anon.
Kirkwall, would you mind seeing them out, please? Seeing as you're the one who brought them here. The individual that brought you in sort of gives him a very dirty look and basically just like puts his hands on both your backs and everything, just like carts you out of the room.
Hold on, who did he shoot the dirty look at?
He gave the dirty look at to Seth.
Perfect.
And he whispers to both of you as soon as you're walking out, "This is what I'm talking about. I've been here for 2 years now, and I have not. I need to know what he is up to. So it'd be a good idea for you to take the job and see what's in those crates that he wants you."
Well, as I said to him, we'll discuss this with our party.
Of course, but it is in dire need that you do it fast.
I am going to advise to be careful what you say. I suspect he may have ears in places other than his head.
I understand. Don't you worry. I have ears as well that are not in my head.
Then we understand each other. Come, Lady Caith. I seem to recall that we were given our pick of inn.
Yes, let's go and pick. And find what others are. I suppose.
Let's see what Derrum is doing. Derrum Facetious, what are you doing at the moment?
Well, once I found out there was a temple for the dead, I'm on it. Like fly on shit. I'm gone. I'm going right to that temple.
Could you make me a perception, please?
Yeah. 12.
Do you see someone in this line where they're getting some sort of soup or stew and everything, but you have a like little double take because you think you know him, but you look again as like, no, I don't know him, and just you walk into the temple.
Damn, all these tramps look like me. And I'm getting confused. But not with you, Mimi. I know who you are, Mimi.
Bloody rude foreigners. Look at your own face.
I know, it's hideous. Thank you.
So as soon as you get into this, it's called the House of the Dead. It's a very gloomy stone temple.
Alright.
It looks cleaner on the outside than it is on the inside. The walls are more black than stone color, more grey. There's a few pews, and there's statues of the goddess of the dead all around.
All right.
There's no names of this goddess, but you can tell that she's the goddess of the dead. And there's
Like,
yep.
Yeah. Is there any priests about? I noticed they're milling about, or
There's a couple of
like
priests,
at the altar.
There's a couple of priests walking past you with their hoods up.
Okay. Do any of their insignias like remind them of anything? If they're wearing anything?
Make a religion check.
Okay. Great 10.
These the necklaces around their necks you don't recognize at all.
Oh, that's fair. Well, I'll go up to one of the priests and clear my throat for a second. Excuse me, good gentleman. I'm just a traveling bard, and I figured death is a great experience. Like, it is literally the final experience. Do you have any funeral dirges I could see or write down for my own uses and everything? I'll credit it to your deity if you wish.
What is it you want to bury, or who to bury?
Oh, I don't need to bury anyone yet. But, as you see, I like to... No, they wouldn't know about that. Sorry. But anyway, I usually use it in my plays The People, and, sometimes a melancholy tune can turn things around. I didn't know if your priesthood would have any.
Unfortunately, we don't, and you need to make a reservation 3 weeks after the person is dead.
I have to make a reservation, but death is sudden. That's immediate. It could happen, like, literally right now.
For the preparation of burying the dead, we need to know about the individual. We need to mummify the body and wrap it up properly for burial, so they won't come back alive.
Oh, so you don't like them coming back, but then they can keep on unliving. It's a whole new experience.
Dead must remain dead. That is the way of life.
Well, do you have any books on death itself? I have a friend that's interested in basically giving proper rights to friends and family, but they're not always in town.
We have books here, but we don't give them out willy-nilly to the small folk. If you want to know about the deaths and rituals, go to the bookstore down the road.
Oh, is there any bodies that are being entombed right now?
You see actually make a perception, actually. I'm not going to give
perception?
I'm not going to give anything away yet.
Okay. Well, I got a 22 on this one.
Oh wow. Okay, so basically you do see about 6 or 7 hooded priests again carrying this body that's been wrapped up in like this sort of very light material, and they're heading downstairs to the crypts with this body.
Okay.
But they all got their hoods up and everything, and they're chanting in their old Norvarian language.
Oh, can I ask you real quick? How did he die? I'm talking to the priest.
Yeah,
he just randomly just starts pointing.
Hang on, let me get my Cedric. Could you pass me the notes of today's funerals? Oh, here, hang on. Yes, that was Harold. He was a blacksmith in the town. He died of a head injury. Nothing else really to say.
Oh, nothing else? Like, did he slip and fall or just found dead?
He was found dead, but with head injuries, so we don't really know what happened to him. We just hear.
Oh, that's alright, I'll just ask. He just kind of pushes past the priest slightly, and he's like, "Oh, it's okay. I'll just ask him myself."
What
And
do you
I'll
do?
cast Speak with Dead.
Okay. As soon as this happens, the
Hey, Harold, how did you die?
the corpse raises up, and he's like muffling because he's got his mouth covered up.
Could you take that out? He's trying to tell me how he died, in case he was murdered.
They're one of the priests are like slowly removing the wraps from where his mouth is. It's like, I was pushed down the stairs by my wife.
Oh, what's your wife's name?
She-hun.
Ehun.
He-hun.
All right. Ehun. Did she like do it maliciously? Was it an accident?
We were fighting and she got angry and pushed me. I slipped on the cat and I fell down the stairs.
As the corpse is speaking, I kind of like lean back to the undead, not the undead, sorry, the priest, and be like, "It's a terrible way to go. I've seen this before. It's horrible. You slip on a cat, there's 9 ways you can die."
Would you stop this? Could you? This is unholy.
This is not unholy.
Yes,
this is questioning.
No, this is unholy. The dead should remain dead, and you are just...
Harold, Harold, did you want people to know you were murdered?
I don't know. I loved her so much.
Okay. Last question, important question.
Okay.
Do you like rocks?
They're okay. And then he just falls down.
Alright, well, I'll see you guys later. And also, you might want to deal with his wife. That's kind of mean. Like, maybe not in prisoner for life because it was an accident. But, you know, Harold's going to have a long time. See you guys.
So you're walking out of the... Okay.
Yeah. I'm just leaving with that.
And finally, we're going to go to Shadorim. Are you at the bookstore?
He's on his way to the bookstore and will be there shortly.
Okay. So, whilst we go do that, we're going to go to Nayak and Caith. What tavern do you want to stay in?
Most expensive one, obviously.
Yes, obviously.
My God. Poor Seth.
Well, he offered.
Also, he's dodgy as all hell, so...
Yeah, fuck him.
Is he though? Is he?
Yes.
Yes, it's giving worm tongue vibes.
100%.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Creepy motherfucker.
So I would say the most expensive tavern would be the Hobgoblin, which is number 13.
I guess that's the one then.
Yes.
So you head to the Hobgoblin. It's a very fancy-looking tavern, more so than you've seen in a long time. It's got lovely decorations around the room. It's quite a big tavern as well. There's a few patrons already in this tavern drinking, eating, but it's a very fancy-looking Nordic style tavern where there's a barman, innkeeper with a very long black leather apron on, scruffy dough blonde hair with a big blonde moustache. Oh, right there. Are you new to town?
It would seem so, yes.
Oh, what can I get you then?
A glass of wine and a room for all of our party, which is...
A glass? I think you meant the bottle.
Oh, yes, a bottle. Yes, sorry. Bring the whole bottle. Bring two, actually.
Bring a case.
Oh,
Yes.
I'll do that. Don't you worry, I'll do that. How many is in your party?
There's 6 of us, right?
6 will do.
Six will do.
I'm gonna do a terrible Welsh accent with this one.
That's a weird that he would just tell us that, wouldn't it?
Maybe he had a head injury as a child. Who knows?
Do you think he was dropped at birth?
He'd have to be held to be dropped.
It's a changeling.
Wow.
One day with nobility and I'm just off the rails.
So how many's in your party?
6 rooms, and you can charge it to load. What's his name again? Chain, Link, whatever.
I'm assuming that he gave us like some sort of writ of whatever it's called.
Yeah, he did. I think. Oh,
Pass that over.
Oh, Seth Lynx has given you permission. Oh, you must be in a good, happy books with him.
Oh, very happy. So that's why we need a case of wine.
Oh, case of wine coming up. Don't you worry, lassie. And he goes off and everything. Oh, do you want the room keys first? I'll give you some room keys.
Oh yes, that'd be great before we actually do get drunk.
And he gives you like 6 keys on this quite well prestige polished oak bar. And you want a case of wine, do you say?
Yes, a case. And I've
The
found
best
out
vintage.
something else.
What did you say? I didn't hear that over your idiot owl friend talking.
He called you an idiot.
Don't worry, I'll kill him later.
Oh, wow.
This one, the one that pronounced his own accent called you an idiot. And our friends might actually want something else to drink, so we'll wait for their arrival.
Oh, we can start on the wine.
I know we're going to start on the wine, don't worry about that.
And we've got a case to get through. I mean, we'd best make a start.
Oh yes, definitely.
He goes off and tries to find you like a nice case of wine and everything. How is everyone else finding you, by the way?
I was just thinking about
Above
that.
table.
Have you got any kind of messaging spells?
Well, I'd be able to have observed Derrum's performance there, or
Yeah.
still close by.
Mhm.
So I'll just wait for a good time just a good place to sink into a corner, and like coming back out of a magic portal.
Yeah.
He looks like his old self again, and he's walking like his old self. Just tap Derrum on the shoulder.
Oh shit! You scared me.
Sorry,
So,
sneaking around is something I've become very good at.
oh, you're fantastic. Honestly, you're like Termalini. You're perfect at it.
Anyhow, should we
Sorry.
find the rest of them?
Actually, yeah, I was just gonna wander the streets until I got tired and then just start wandering in every, tavern. But actually finding them sounds like a better choice.
I'll do the cantrip of message pointing to Derrum.
Okay.
These streets are not safe to wander alone.
I'll message back. Oh my god, you're in my head again. Hi, Paul.
Hi, Derrum. So, putting my arm around his shoulders, let's go and find. Well, he knows Caith pretty well by now.
Yeah.
I think he would know she's gonna go for somewhere fancy.
It has to have clean windows and a clean door. That's the main thing.
And a clean table.
And I think I'll say that half in message and half out loud. Because I'll be getting confused on where I should be speaking.
Yes, that's right, my friend. So, let's get indoors.
Well, my job here is done. And I solved a murder. Fucking cats. They're evil.
Oh, that's a shame you say that. I've always preferred them to dogs.
Not when you slip on them and you fall down the stairs because your wife and you had an argument and you die.
I've come to expect absolutely zero context from you, Derrum. And this is completely fitting in that tradition.
Oh, sorry, I was just speaking to Harold while he was being entombed, and the priest kind of got pissy. And, well, yeah, he doesn't like rocks, though. But he did love his wife, until she killed him. He still technically loves her.
Pointing at Derrum again to use the cantrip. Would you shut up? I saw the whole thing. I was in the crowd.
But I didn't see you. And oh my god, you're getting really good at speaking in my head. Can you hear the other ones too?
Not yet, I don't.
It's probably for the best. He just whispers that in his head to him.
Yeah, just really trying to get him in to the place now.
Oh, I'm following you like a lost child. It's just I'm having fun with the conversation. That's what Derrum would be like. Look at that tramp. He almost looks like the tramp that cussed at me. He almost looks like me.
Oh, come on, my entertaining friend. You know, you and I as performers, little eccentricity. To be expected, isn't it?
Oh, you're right. I haven't played any of my instruments yet for the people. And the people always deserve good encore, because they haven't heard you before. And it rhymes with encore.
Yes. So let's go and find them now. Let's go and find them now.
we can cut to the others if we need to. I'm just playing around.
This is killer.
It's just banter.
Oh, right.
I love it.
So we could go to Fitzroy, where you've just had a good fight and a good drink in the Hunters Guild. Is that near? I can't remember if it's near.
It's 29 on the map.
29. So you're nowhere near where the others are.
This is fine to wander the streets. He's topless and sweaty, and he has a busted nose.
And you randomly walk into the hobgoblin, blooded and everything, and you see Caith and Nayak sitting on a table drinking some wine out of the bottle.
Oh, Ed!
Ew.
Comes over in the nicest place in the world, topless, dirty, sweaty, blooded.
Oh.
Oh, am I glad to find you. This is the 13th place I've been in.
Is this like another situation as the blacksmith from the last town?
No, I've been information gathering.
Oh, that's what it's called now these days. This is
Ha.
information gathering.
13 of us, all wrestling,
Yes,
hands everywhere.
I believe that some people would call it wrestling.
Well, only if you win.
Yes, don't want to be in the bottom,
No, quite right.
Oh, drinks are in the house. Go and order what you want.
No way.
The wine's mine. And Nayak.
Excuse me, good sir.
Yes.
Could I have a flagon of your finest ale and a shirt if you have one? Appear to have mislaid mine.
I don't sell shirts here, but I'll make you a good ale, though.
Well, that'll have to do.
I'll pour you out a nice ale from the Ashfire Brewery.
Ashfire Brewery. Beautiful. He turns to Caith and says, sometimes in nice places like this, if you ask them for things that are not on the menu, they just bring it to you. It's always good to try.
Yes, but I was wanting wine, so I'm quite fine.
Touche.
I'm sure she kind of throws a key out, like, just kind of tosses a key towards him that's at the end of the table. And there's a room for tonight as well, darling.
Ooh. This yours?
No, this is yours.
Oh, sorry. Misread
I
that.
have one myself. We all have one each. No sharing, no nothing. And drinks.
How did you afford this?
Oh, that's the fun part. I shall tell you when the rest of the party gets here.
Well, I love a mystery. Fitz is going to lean back and drink his expensive ale.
Okay. As soon as you're starting drinking your ale, both Paul and Derrum barge in.
And that's why I say it's always better to not wash, especially during a snowstorm. You keep warmer then.
Just staring at each other.
It's not quite as good as the one you said about the courtier. Courtier? I barely know her.
Ah, yes, that one. It was all in my head. Oh, hey guys!
Paul's just going to turn his back and quickly sleight of hand something.
Oh, drinks are in the house, darlings, for now. So, have at it.
This has 2 flagons. It now has a shirt somewhere.
Who's playing beer hands?
Yes, imagine.
Dear.
So Paul comes over and sits down. You're looking well, Fitz.
Thank you. A brilliant afternoon, and not sure about the rest of you, but I feel I've been very productive.
He's been wrestling. Apparently. Not me.
I
but,
solved a murder.
Well,
solved the murder.
Yes. I just talked to the dead guy and he told me.
What did you get murdered by?
His wife slipping on a cat down the stairs.
His wife slipping on a cat.
No, he slipped on a cat because he was getting pushed by his wife down the stairs. They were having a fight.
My uncle went the same way.
You see,
Paul,
cats are evil.
Paul leans in. Sorry, you go on.
I'm pretty sure the wife had everything to do with that one, but okay.
Well, if she pushed him.
Yes, she pushed him. I don't think the cat had anything to do with it.
Exactly, the cat's innocent, the wife's guilty.
Paul leans into Caith and just says quietly, close to her ear, I've been dealing with this for about 5 minutes. And there's something a bit different about Paul.
Just looking at Paul, like,
Can you make a perception, please, Caith?
perception. Ah, I'm on the wrong bloody page. Rolling. 7.
You smell something like it's a very strong, potent smell, but you don't know where it's coming from.
Smell that.
Smell what?
It's not rat stew, so. I don't know. Nayak,
Yes.
can you smell it?
Smell what? Hold on. And I lean over and I take a whiff.
Can you make a perception, please, Nayak?
That is a 22.
You smell a very strong cologne coming from Paul.
Paul? Why are you wearing cologne? I mean, it's very nice, but it's very not you.
Are you trying to impress someone, Paul? Just smirks at him.
I haven't leaned back, by the way. I'm still leaning over Caith.
Can Caith push Nayak's head back and be like, excuse me?
Yeah. When the feathers.
Just, He stops trying to talk.
Paul's got a secret girlfriend. And I thought I was special. And just sips out of wine. But like I say, it's a free bar. And I shall tell you when the rest of the party comes here, won't we, Nayak?
Yes, there's a slight proposal we need to discuss.
But for now, just enjoy yourself, because we haven't made any decisions, so... There we go.
We do need Shadorim here, but I can tell you for now, there was a small disturbance in the homeless community today.
Did somebody piss on you and that's why you put cologne on?
Strangely enough, no, that is not what happened.
Unusual.
Okay, and then did tell me what this disturbance is.
When the rest of the party are here, like you said.
Oh, okay. Back to the wine then, Nayak.
Yes, which, by the way, it doesn't taste like rat stew because I forgot to do it. So you can have this one. I'll allow it.
She clinks the bottle. It's like, this is really good wine as well. It actually tastes nice.
Okay. He's just going to kind of sulk in an ale and just say to Fitzroy, like at the bar or something, at some point,
okay.
Well, I thought it smelled nice.
What smelled nice?
Of course, his nose is brown.
Yeah. So we're going to go to Shadorim, who is at the bookstore. You enter the bookstore, Shadorim, and it's a very narrow but long shop full of books on different size bookshelves. You also see a very small gnome sitting in the middle of the shop, jotting some things down on his little quill on this quite small desk. You go in and you notice that the bell on the shop has just rung, but the little gnome hasn't moved at all.
I'm going to head over to the counter then,
Okay.
where he is.
Can I help you? I'm very busy,
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I'm looking for a map of the region. More detail, the
Maps
better.
of the region. Will they be over there on right at the front of the shop, in one of the little bookcases things, and you go over, and there's a few scrolls there. You open one up, and there's a map of the kingdom, and you take another scroll out, and there's the map of the whole region, like the whole northern region.
Yeah, I'll take that. Check it up. How much?
4 silver, please.
I'll toss him the 4 and then and go back out.
Thank you for your contribution. As he's still focusing on what he's writing down. He hasn't taken away of what he was doing. You head out. 5-6 minutes later, you find the Hobgoblin Tavern and you enter it. And you see the party there, all on this round table, drinking away.
I'm gonna go take a seat.
Okay.
Yeah.
The drinks are free, Shadorim. Help yourself.
I think I'll go on a path for today. I need my wits about me.
Smart.
You basically see Sharon just take a piece of paper out.
Yeah.
Read it. And he's going to put it on the table, walk over to the barkeeper and just ask him, do you know where the talons would be?
Talons? Talons.
Yeah. Mercenary group. In this area.
They'll be in Frostfall, my good sir. My accent is gone. I don't know what's happened to it.
Pufftail, is that a different town?
It's a different city.
Different city, right, yeah.
I am a Welshman, you know.
I mean, that's debatable.
Fuck off, Luke.
Doppelganger.
Yeah, thank you for that information. If they're really over town, I might as well take another beer.
I'll get you a nice ash fire ale here. He pours one out and everything like. There you go. My accent's better now.
Thank you. I'll go back to join at the table.
Okay.
It's a bit weird that he's mentioned that his accent's got better as well. I don't know if I've got drunk or he really said that.
I'm trying to because I've seen those adverts for that new Michael Sheen play he's doing.
I'm a Welshman.
I'm a Welshman. Because he's doing one about the guy who invented the NHS. So I'm trying to get, anyway, and Fireman Sam as well.
Do classic pieces of literature.
So, what are you guys discussing on the table?
So are we all here now then?
I believe we are. Do you want to tell them, Nayak?
If you insist. Well, folks, we have a... How do I put this? Well, our current fortunes, shall we say, they're not exactly stringless. So we have been asked to investigate some missing items on behalf of the advisor to the Queen. In return, we are having all of our expenses paid, and I believe that there should be a nice hefty bonus at the end as well. However, we don't know what we're looking for other than a chest bearing the Lynx crest. And we do know that we are up against at least one troll, if not multiple.
So, items that perhaps left the ship that they were on, and whose whereabouts cannot be verified at this present time.
Basically, yes. So we do have to hunt them down, but at least we know that we are, well, pretty sure that we're dealing with trolls.
And is he the advisor that all the common people hate, and he's driven up the taxes and forced all these people out onto the streets, or is this a different advisor?
No, that's the exact same advisor. But I'm more interested to see what that package was.
Yes, he doesn't exactly seem to be on the up and up. So I think for the time being we play along. I mean, at least we're not spending our own money at the moment. Also, I did mention that we'd need to equip ourselves, so I was vague on what that meant. So if there's anything anywhere in any shop that you think you might want, we can bill it to the crown. Yeah.
I might be able to find us some more information.
That would be very helpful.
You can.
I have an appointment.
Oh.
You hesitated on the word appointment, so I'm guessing we should not ask questions.
Oh, I'm all ears.
It's other men, and not in that way.
You've been to the store.
You were the clone.
That would explain a few things.
They dress to impress, and that's why it's wearing that clone.
If you, okay, right. I need to go out alone tonight. And I will promise you I come back safe.
Sorry, Fitzroy, no wrestling games for you.
Can you tell us where you're going, Paul? Or is it all secretive?
You don't come back, and then we have to go looking for you. Safety first.
You could seek my whereabouts with a tiefling man. He is of red skin, a scar over an eye, and one damaged horn. Now I'm afraid I've already told you too much.
Okay.
Well, sake for that,
Or
you go missing.
I have another possible solution so that Paul isn't completely on his own in case, and I'm going to use wild shape to turn into a spider, but just like a little one.
Who knew the owl could do that?
Well, that's really great, Nayak. Except you've just used one of the times that you could. I'm not asking questions. That's fine.
I can use it twice a day before it completely drains my energy. So
This is a very articulate spider.
I did not. I shrank my vocal cords, but I did not. I did not transform them. Because yes, I've just remembered I shouldn't be able to speak.
What did he say?
Yeah, all
Still
you guys hear
incredibly
is,
cute as a spider.
So exactly, who's the dude we're working for? What is?
He's a creepy ugly bastard, that's what we're working for. Well, working for, I wouldn't really say that. Because there's something weird going on there.
Alright, but what are we searching for again?
His
Sorry, I
package
had to go.
with his mark
package.
on it. Yeah, so it's been stolen. So our job is therefore to recover it.
What mark?
ooh. At that point,
What's
I'll
the
turn
mark?
back into my owl form, and then I pass the writ over to Paul. That one.
Okay. Before I leave, he gives that back. He also gives all of his money that he's got, because he hasn't been sharing it with Caith so far.
Bye.
Just bags up. So that's 120 silver and 34 gold.
Pen's not working. 34 gold.
You've had all that in your pockets? I thought you were just pleased to see us.
I know.
This is such a homoerotic group. Come on, guys.
And then it was.
Come on, guys. Never. Not me.
How much
Oh,
silver?
where's your water pocket?
How much silver was that?
So 120 silver.
Yeah, 120 and 34 gold, eh?
Yeah, 46
Okay.
gold in total, for simplicity.
Okay, 46. Yeah.
Where I am going, I should not bring valuables with me.
Well, then for now, I think I probably might go on a spending spree and see if I can actually get some.
Pardon me? Pardon me? That is for safekeeping. It's not for you to spend.
Not on your ward. I've a sigil, don't we?
Indeed,
And
we
if I'm
do.
going to be doing a job, I need proper protection. So,
And if
you
I'm-
know, maybe some armor, or, you know, if there's a mage guild, yeah, maybe I can get somebody to do hooga booga and some mage armor for myself.
What training in armor have you ever done?
None. I said mage armor. I'm good mage. You know, is there any magic users around here? Do you
I
think?
assume you mean that aren't us, right?
That's not us, yes. Any of,
Really good
of
at
that.
Misty Step if you fancy that, Caith. Teach you that one.
Oh.
I do have some magic that I can do innately.
Well, Paul, before you leave, like when you go and we can't follow and you have to go to a secret place, can I talk to you just real quick before you do?
Certainly. Shall we meet in your room?
Well, it's just right before you leave, that's all. Like, I don't want to hamper you and all that. It's more of a time-orientated thing.
Oh, and everybody else, here's your keys for your rooms. Just reminded me there. Should put his keys
Oh,
out on the table. One each.
He picks up the key and is like, oh, I'm allowed to stay here. Nice.
Yes,
I-
you don't have to sleep in the gutter.
I think this would count as an object of value. And I'll put it back.
Well, I can hold on to your key if you want, or Caith can hold on to your key. I mean, anyone here, pretty much, I mean, it's your room. If you want to put your stuff in there, lock it up.
Key. I've got his money, I might as well take the key as well.
Ooh, and can I see the little, like, the squirrely image? I want to see what we're looking for.
Okay. Points to Nayak. Nayak. To Danas.
Sorry, repeat that. I was
You have the
deep in thought in the
sigil.
wine.
You have that paper, right? With the
Yes, yes, I do.
show our dear friend Facinus here.
Ah, yes. I'll pass it across.
All right, I'll take a look at it and examine it. Do I react to this?
Can you make it be a investigation with advantage?
Investigate an advantage, okay. Oh, I got 17 in all.
17 and all. You recognize the skull underneath the links, which is the same skull as it's the individuals wore that captured the queen.
The first thing he's gonna say, because obviously it has to do with bones again, his voice is just gonna drop and his demeanor all of a sudden just changes from the bubbly and he's like, fucking cult of bones. Oh wait guys, you know that dragon cult we're looking for? That is the symbol.
Who kidnapped the queen? Lovely. Oh.
No reasons to see what's in this package.
Queen. I'm a pig. Give me a second. And if this advisor fellow doesn't seem like he's on the up and up, and if the The box is on the way. We can just go, see what's inside, take it, and be on our way. Because I think I found our destination.
Hang on, what's this advisor's name?
Lynx? Something?
Yes.
I
I didn't remember it.
Seth? Was it Seth? Have I remembered
yeah.
that right?
Seth links, yes.
Okay. Good.
Can you make me a history, please, Paul?
That is a 19.
Ooh. You recognise this name as you slightly remember that this individual back on Cirta was a slaver many years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good. That's great.
Okay.
You alright there, Paul? You seem kind of quiet.
Just taking in the atmosphere.
You didn't get any cologne in your mouth, did you?
What it... Okay. He's going to pretend to look down, but secretly be pointing at Caith. Why are you trying to humiliate me about that?
Playing and having my fun. She smirks while she takes a drink.
Well, I suppose I have to keep you a secret then.
You don't have to.
The night
Okay.
goes, well, the day goes on. You have dinner. The tavern is quite rowdy for a bit, and then you all plan to head off to your individual bedrooms. But Paul sneaks out.
Well, Derrum wanted to speak to me first.
Oh yes. Let's do that first.
Well, I'll come into where your room is, to where I'm guessing you'd be putting your stuff. Whatever your valuables or other things.
I've left it all with Caith.
You left it all with Caith?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, I'd go up to your room before you leave, and you see me like, just give me just a few seconds, not a minute. Just don't worry. You see him going in his bag, and he's like digging around. You can hear the stones rattling and everything. He pulls out one. His demeanor kind of calms slightly. Want to say, I appreciate what you've been doing, even if I'm not always the thing that I should be, but you're a good man, and the cologne was quite nice as well. Very regal. And you have bardic inspiration now.
He smiles. I appreciate that.
You have a 6 that...
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's a genuine smile. I appreciate that this is your secret. How do you want me to treat it?
You see his hand start trembling with the stone in it, and he's like, not long now, not long now, not long now. Treat it as you will. I wasn't meant to live, so treat it as you will. I care neither way. And the stone drops back into the bag. Like, well, hope you have a good night tonight, Paul. I am going to have a few more drinks, and there's a few alleyways that look quite nice this time of night.
Thank you, Derrum.
You see, before he completely leaves the room, he pauses. And then he continues on. And you can see his hands slightly shaking. And he's just itching his back.
Right, I suppose before heading out, I've got to go collect me the spider.
So you're knocking on Nayak's door.
Yep.
Nayak, do you answer?
Come in.
Okay,
Oh, hi.
Good evening. There's a lot less whimsical tone to Paul at the moment. It's
Is everything
time.
all right?
Absolutely. This is the kind of job I used to do. Are you ready?
Oh, so you do want me to come with you?
I appreciate your offer, yes. And I think I could do with some protection if things go wrong. But only at the last moment, when it
Of
looks
course.
like my life is in danger.
Well, just say my name, and at that point, I'll transform. But let me just slip into something a little more comfortable. And I turn back into the spider and climb up onto Paul's shoulder. I kind of holding the folds of his robes.
I mean, you can have a pocket if you like. Just hold one open for you to crawl into.
Which I do.
Right. Takes a look in Nayak's mirror. Straightens his hat. Locks up the room. And that's when he's gonna try and move through the night.
And that is where we could take a 10-15 minute break.
Hey.
So
Awesome.
See you all very shortly.
We'll be
The birth of Thorun was brought about by the Divine Guardians after their long journey from the edge of the universe. They discovered a barren, wasteland world where 3 gods enslaved strange creatures called the Urisk, the earliest forms of the goblin. After banishing the dark gods, Vecna, the Undying King, Bane, the Lord of Darkness, and Lord of Murder, the Abyss, they used their magics to bring life to this world, filled it with seas and oceans, lush green forests and grasslands. With each different guardian, they created their own style of races and wildlife around Thorun. Centaurs, fauns, Elmer, the lizard folk, Asmer, the cat folk, fire dwarves, swamp dwarves, stone heart dwarves, sea dwarves, frost dwarves, the Melmer, the silver star elves, a rare elven race that protects Thorun, the Avolmer, the sunfire elves, Drakmer, the dragon blood elves, Shadmer, the shadow elves, Seedmer, snow elves, Caithelmer, green elves, Uruk, first breed of all. Over the millennia, The Alvor elves grew in reputation and population and technology that overshadowed the power of the Guardians, beginning to conquer, enslave, and genocide other races around Thorun. At some point in the Mythic era, the Avalor elves experimented on themselves with the intention of extending their lifespan using dragon blood. They increased in size and longevity. The Avalor, now believing themselves superior elvenkind, renamed themselves the Drakmare, Dragon Blood Elves.
The humans of Kaldraa have had significant influence with the cooperation of the races from the Dawn Age up until the Second Era. The mass migration at the end of the Dawn Age is one of the several elements that shaped the course of Kaldra's history. The Dovolovians, once a proud and noble seafaring empire, now is a shell of its former self. After centuries of having a mighty naval presence throughout the Plutona Sea, it is now a corrupt republic. Within the towns and cities, the classes are quite visible. The rich hoard their money for themselves, whilst the poor have been scrapped to what they can steal. The middle class would rather bargain with the rich by selling them illegal items or smuggling them slaves to sell. The Erathians, one of the largest human cultures in all of Kaldraa, with many regions of different dialects within the continent. You might be surprised that Orath once had no humans, until mass migration of the Dawn Age, when humans spread themselves like wildfire across an ancient forest. There was once a great empire in the southern part of Orath named the Osragoth Empire, that reigned for most of the First Era. At the beginning of the Second Era, as the economy crumbled and they could no longer afford a standing army, from there, rebellious factions that turned into either kingdoms, duchies, or unitary states forced the empire to reform into a republic in 112 of the Second Era. However, change still looms over Orath, with the new threat from the Everlight of Ominous cult. No one can determine what shape this land will take. The Terradons, known as the first men of Terrafell, the Terradons have had a long standing as the first humans so settled to Kaldraa. First recorded human settlements were built in Terrafell and rapidly expanded across most of Kaldraa. The population of the Terradons dwindled when the Temerian domain expanded their empire in the 3rd century of the First Era, eradicating almost all of the Terradon culture. Now, with the Erathian conquest, In 1423, First Era, destroying the Temerian domain, and subsequently reinventing the Pteridans' culture with the Arathian culture. Few still practice the old ways, especially within Norvania.
One of the rarest types of metal to be found, and the hardest to break on Kaldraa. Scholars and metalsmiths have been writing about this mysterious ore since the beginning of the First Age, when the stars fell upon the lands, giving us this unique substance. Religious figures, however, claim it's a gift from the gods to aid us in a time of need. Whatever the source of the ore is, it is a strange metal. Some sources claim that the ore is melted at an estimate 3,410 Celsius, requiring an exponentially hot magical fires. When heated, it glows with a silvery white light, enough to blind anyone without something covering their eyes. Hence the name, bright steel. The ore that the bright steel is made from is called stellamite, an old human word that translates to fallen star. The first reported bright steel sword was in 32 of the First Era, when a blacksmith named Marcus Aurelius was mining in the Blue Ice Mountains on Orath. When he discovered the strange material, he collected as much of the ore he could and brought it back to his hometown, where he showed off his discovery. Everyone thought he was mad, as it looked to them like any other old ore, but he had a gut feeling, and so he began his work on this new material. After a week of forging, he finally created a mighty weapon out of the newly discovered metal, a long sword named Midnight Sunrise. Over the centuries, many more bright steel weapons and armor have been forged. Most, unfortunately, have been lost throughout time. But will you find yours?
Once called Murkmire Forest before the Second Era, located in the southern part of the Crown Lands in the Wyverian Empire and beneath the Alamouth Mountains. This ancient forest covered all of the southern tip of Terrafell. It was dangerous. Most of the inhabitants of this region of the forest was full of large webs made by poisonous giant spiders, known only as the demons of Children of Lolth. Giant spiders of Murkmire. Their viscera was iridescent gold and purple in colour. If it came into contact with a humanoid's skin, it had a burning and irritating effect, leaving the skin inflamed with red splotches. However, it was mostly harmless. Other than the giant spiders, the forest has many other species: deer, birds, squirrels, raccoons, dogs, rabbits. Most stay away from the carnivorous spiders, unless they are trapped in the giant webs after being confused. Nowadays, the forest is only 1/3 of its size. Most visitors who travel to the town of Webshore don't see any spiders, as the last great queen of the spiders, Aluth, was slain by the first lord of Webshore, Justin Webb. And after that, the Lord's small force wiped out all the giant spiders in the forest. But that doesn't mean they're all gone, does it?
And we're back. Hope you enjoyed the Law and Order, the first Law and Order episode. It'll be a bi-weekly episodic series exclusively on the break during episodes, but hopefully one day it'll be its own little thing on our YouTube channel. So, Paul and Nayak, you are leaving the tavern near enough to midnight.
Mm-hmm.
and you're heading to the edge of the city.
Yes. Now, I wanted to try and do a tactic here. Because the Mask of Many Faces will not change my physical form, so Nayak will be unaffected by it.
Yep.
But I want to take like a zigzag approach through main streets and use any shadowy corners to hide in, become someone else, and do that 3 times. Okay. So the first be a patron of the bar I've just come out of. The second be one of the guards, because I had a good look at them. And the third, go back to that homeless, drab-looking version of myself.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm sneaking around, trying not to get noticed.
You do that for, I would say, about 45 minutes until you get to the edge of the city, where you meet up with the 2 other individuals that you met earlier, as well as a female tiefling. Her skin is purple with black horns, and she has a long, wavy, raven black hair tied up. She's also wearing a roguish outfit with a rapier on her side. The 2 individuals you saw earlier come up to you and say, you did come.
Slipping into thieves' camp quietly. Yes, of course I did. And I think it's about time I showed you that I'm willing to show you the real me. And I'll drop the Mask of Many Faces.
Okay, that's an interesting trick.
It's come in handy in certain lines of work, wouldn't you say?
I would say so. What do you think, Nix? Yes, I believe it's very fitting for someone like you. Now then, let's get down to business. We're gonna get to a small manor house and we're gonna rob it. If that's okay with you, sir?
Whose house is the mark?
Oh, some bookstore owner. He lives somewhere around here. He's got a nice collection of coins as well as books that we can steal and sell on.
Now, unless I've gravely misunderstood the situation, this is your price. I would like to introduce my own to these dealings.
And what would that be, sir?
If I help you pull off this heist, you invite me in, and you tell me what you know amongst your own company.
And what is your price then? What do you want to know? Before we get started, I need to know if we're on the same page.
Okay. Well, to introduce myself, and I will trust you 3 first of all. My genuine name is Paul Betteridge, and I was instrumental in the certain riots. Okay. I organize resistance against the oppressive powers, and I believe that by impoverishing some of the richer citizens here, you're doing the same kind of work. Would that be fair to say?
Sure. Whatever helps you sleep at night, Paul.
Well, Nix. What I would need to know is any details that you and your friends might know about a package that the advisor to the Queen has so poorly let slip out of his grasp. I do the job. You tell me everything you know about it. Acceptable?
That's acceptable. But you must know that I cannot get to the details right away.
There'll be time. And if I need to, I won't do this sneakily because there's two big lads in front of me. Just make a show of doing the message cantrip to Nyx. I can always contact any of you silently, so long as I can see you.
What'd you say, boys? They grunt and they just shrug their shoulders. Okay, it's a deal. And she puts out. She extends her arm to you.
I'd like to examine her sleeves for any signs of a hidden weapon.
Go for it.
With what?
Perception, I would say. Possibly. Yeah.
Ooh, investigation would have been better, but I've rolled it now.
What was it?
10.
You don't see anything up her sleeves. She's generally extending her arm out to you to shake on it.
He holds out his hand and doesn't grasp hers yet. If this goes wrong, we deny all knowledge of having met each other, yes?
Agreed.
I'll grasp her hand. Gentle shake.
It's agreed then. Right, let's do this, shall we? And they walk a couple of minutes with you up the road to this quite well made little house. She goes round the back of the house. You wait outside with the other two for a couple of minutes, and she opens the front door. You all step in, and they begin to, well, search for books and coin to loot. What are you doing, Paul?
I'll use my beggar's disguise as soon as we're in the door. And I will do as I said. I will sneak around, try and get into cupboards, drawers, searching for any place you'd hide the really good valuables.
Okay, so you find a nice little jewelry box. It's unlocked, and there's a few silver coins, gold coins, rings, pearl necklace. There's even an interesting ruby red ring with like eagle talons holding it onto the ring.
Have they seen me find that?
Make a stealth check, please.
Okay. Finally getting to use the rogue expertises. It's great. Stealth at 26.
They did not say you take this.
I will just take the ring, using message to point out silently to Nyx the rest of the jewelry box.
She comes over, kind of shoves you out the way, not violently, but sort of like a little kid that wants to get their hands on the first toy. And she goes through the jewelry box, puts the coins and everything in like this small little leather pouch that she has on her. After a few minutes, one of the two human brothers whistles to Nayaks, and they all run out of the house with you following behind. they go round to the nearest alleyway to hide, with you following behind them. Oh, that was a good heist, wasn't it?
Quite a haul.
Yes.
Yes.
And the boys got some nice books as well. Some things we can sell for our own profit. Now then, matter to you, Paul. I'll get you the information, and I'll go and we'll have a rendezvous midday tomorrow near the statue.
Agreed.
She pulls out an old town map and she points to where the statue is, and then she bids you adieu as her and the other two run more into the alleyway, into the darkness.
Okay. I'm going to take a different approach, actually. Not running, but kind of swiftly stride up to one corner, wait until there's silence, go to the next corner, hide in the shadow, do the same, until I get to the last stretch before the Hobgoblin Tavern, and that's when I'll try and walk casually back in.
You notice that the innkeeper is locking up and he sees you walking through the door. Oh, I didn't know you were out so late. Come in. You're part of that party, aren't you?
Well, I've been hanging around with them, working with them on a temporary basis. I don't know these people that well.
Was a good thing I didn't lock you out. Now then, off to bed with you. I've got an early start in the morning.
Of course. Thank you.
Not a problem.
Okay. Get upstairs. Carefully allow Nayak to crawl into my hand so I can put him on the floor.
I'll then transform back and just say, well, that went surprisingly smoothly. Not questioning your abilities, obviously. I mean, I was sure that was going to be some sort of trap.
I'll just come very close to him and whisper. We speak quietly, if we speak at all. Please, do not mention this to any of the others.
Oh no, I won't say anything.
He does that kind of leaning back look where it's like squinting eyes and and then he'll swiftly turn to oh no, now where did I leave my key?
Smooth.
I think you left it with Derrum, didn't you?
Just a knock on Caith's door, gently.
Oh, this time it actually opened straight away. With Mage Hand.
Okay. I'll just poke my head in with like this very noticeable hat.
Sitting on a chair like, oh, you took your time.
I'm sorry. I had a job to do.
I was more sent a search party out.
No need.
Well, will there be a need for a key, or will there not be a need for a key tonight?
He takes out the one valuable that he kept with him, which is the half bottle of whiskey. Well, I think the nobility should take precedence in their choice over the poor.
No, half wine, darling. I don't want your whiskey.
Well, perhaps not tonight then. Unless you want me to stay.
You'll find that she shuts the door of the mage hand before you can leave. But I think that answers your question.
Okay. Takes off the hat and throws it into the corner.
And careful, yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah,
Because we can only assume.
We're gonna fade to black, but I do want you to roll athletics though.
Let's go, +0.
12 plus 0 for me as well, so.
So what did you get, Paul?
Oh, I only got 11. In fairness, I've been out all night and I was tired.
Fair enough.
And 12. Okay, in fairness, she's probably been waiting up all night drinking.
Yeah. So it was okay. You didn't wake up too many people. Morning comes, and the sun shines upon all of your windows, waking you quite early in the morning. Who's the first one downstairs?
I'm the first one outside, at least.
Yes, you are. Let's do with you. You wake up quite cold as it has snowed in the night. So you got a blanket of snow covering you.
Ugh. Man, these winter blankets by nature really suck. They just make you more cold. Ugh. Well, better go inside. Probably drink some things to sing to. Alright. He just dusts himself off, makes sure he has his bag of stones with him, and walks up to his room to get all of his actual gear, and then comes back downstairs.
You notice that the innkeeper, including a couple of female barmaids, are helping set up for breakfast in the morning.
Oh, good morning to you all.
Ah, good morning to you, sir. I have a wee bit of a nice surprise for you and your companions.
Oh, really?
We are making bacon and owlbear eggs.
That is absolutely fantabulous. I like this. Should I do a song? Do you prefer bards or minstrels?
Not in the morning, from 6 p.m. onwards, please. Thank you.
All right, that's fair. You have your own rules and regulations. I'll hum to myself.
So loud.
It's so loud, and like a couple of the barmaids are just giving you that weird look, like you're a weirdo. What are you doing? Look.
And pretty much, yeah, that's what I was doing beforehand. Just grabbing myself and coming back down to meet the party.
Yeah. They give you the owlbear and bacon eggs with some toast.
I just want to trade the ring that I found last night for the gold that I left in Caith's possession, if she would allow.
Okay, let's do that. So you wake up, you both getting dressed. Paul gives you the ring, Caith, in trade for some gold.
It's magical. I'm pretty sure it is. A bit more magical than is in my wheelhouse. I thought you'd be the best to figure out what it does.
Okay. And you just want your cash back?
That's all.
Okay. She goes on with cash back and looks at the ring like, interesting.
Be careful with that. It's hot.
Can Caith investigate it?
Do an Arcana check, please.
Arcana. Yeah. That is a dirty 20 plus my proficiency, so yeah. Dirty 20.
You can tell that this ring is really powerful. It's got some magic aura about it.
What I mean by hot is not literally, it's just there might be people who
no, but this is
wondered
really
where it
strong.
went. Just be careful who you show it to, okay? Because you
Well.
might get into trouble.
Until I know what it is, I won't be flashing it around anytime soon.
Just a genuinely nice kiss on the cheek.
Okay.
That's my girl.
And Betteridge did smell handsome last night.
You both head downstairs, and you
Yep.
meet good old Derrum downstairs humming to himself.
Will you sleep well, Facinus?
Yeah, winter blankets suck. Like, they build over time, but they really do suck. They just make you more cold.
Well, you did have a room.
Yes. And I was allowed to stay in it, too.
Yes. You always like to stay in all the rooms.
Yes.
So why don't you?
Because I was allowed to stay. And I don't think you're understanding this.
So if you weren't allowed to stay,
He's doing some word trickery. He was allowed to stay. It was compulsory to stay.
well, how about this, Facinus? You must stay in the room next time.
But you're not my boss.
True. I think if I was, you would have sent me mental.
No, I probably would have at least shared some of the voices with you, because you are a priest of that order.
I'm not a priest.
Of course you are. You like the dead.
I'm simply an enthusiast. Anyways, what's for breakfast?
You see him just kind of like pause for a second there, as he's struggling to say what he thinks he's trying to say. Oh, these owlbear eggs are amazing. He just keeps going.
Don't
He's
tell
literally
him
just
the
saying.
Nayak.
He's a carnivore.
I know about
Look at the
our
beak.
Don't druids tend to get to arsey with that?
Oh, good
Good
point.
night. I'll shout over to Nayak. Hey, Nayak, do you care that you were eating eggs?
Is Nayak downstairs?
No, it's not downstairs yet.
Oh no.
But you
Oh,
see
damn
Nayak
it.
slowly walk down the stairs.
You would see Derrum talking to a tiny spider thinking it's still Nayak.
Is he okay?
No, things that you.
Oh! There's two of you now.
No, Derrum, just the one.
Oh, well, I was just gonna ask if eggs are okay to eat.
Yes, they are. They're quite delicious.
You see, guys, why are you paranoid? Just because he's an owl person doesn't mean he doesn't like owlbear eggs.
Well, I thought that the animal type of his kind ate eggs all the time.
We
Just
are
not their own.
carnivores. And I sit down and I start wolfing down some bacon.
Nice. And then you see both Fitzroy and Shadorim come down the stairs.
Morning, everybody.
Morning.
Morning.
Shadorim. May I look at the map?
Too loud.
Shadorim. May
Thank
I
you.
look at the map you bought?
Yeah, I've got it right here. Oh, the parchment map. And
Thank you. So,
You're
Fitz
over.
is going to spend some time looking at... It's a map of the general area, yeah, like wider area.
Yeah. It's on mapping maps, so it's
Yeah.
right there. Yeah.
Fitz is going to say, spoke to a gentle lady at yesterday at the hunting lodge, and they said there are rumors of a mythological bear in the Shadow Woods here. And yes, a bit further south than where we are now. But to get there, you have to cross the
Holy Bridge. And clue here, and Fitz has got a little riddle, and he's like, is up the holy where? Where the bear? That's as far as I got with the information I gathered. We did a lot of wrestling, we did a lot of fighting, there wasn't much
Funny,
clue gathering.
You just triggered memory. I remember a few nights ago I had a dream with my father. But he was telling me to find old Ben in the Shadow Woods. I don't know what that means, but old Ben's might be helping hand, since it was my father that was talking to me in my dreams. And he wouldn't dare betray me. I don't think he would betray me.
And the advisor, where is his lost treasure?
Well, I didn't find any information just yet. I might be reliably informed come this afternoon.
Okay.
Oh, that reminds me, we need to accept the job.
Oh, yes.
We've already accepted his pay.
Yes, but we didn't accept the job.
And if we're not going to accept the job, we should quickly leave town after getting some weapons.
Oh, bartender.
Yes.
Did say we're accepting the job, right?
For now?
For now?
Yes, we can always see what's in the crate and run away.
Right, bartender.
Yes. So
You do know how to get word around this place, right?
Yes, I'm just eating some nuts at the moment, sorry.
What
Get
do you know?
those nuts away from my face.
Oh.
Well, whilst you gobble down his nuts, can you take note and send to Lord
Phrasing.
Lynx and tell him that we will accept his job?
I will do that in a minute. I'll get one of my bar maids, to go and send a message to him.
We, the travellers of desperate roads, just mention us, and I think you might know whom we are.
Okay.
There we go. Considered notified.
What's the order of the day then?
Well, I'm gonna go see if there's any maid shops around here. If they haven't already been broken into and all the good stuff's been gone. And, yes, I'm going to see if somebody can actually do some mage armor. Get me? But
I have little to do until my appointment, so I think I'll study this poisoner's book.
John, when he was speaking to Caith and Nayak, did he say whereabouts the treasure had been lost, or is it just like generally stolen?
No, he hasn't told them yet. I think he was waiting until they accept the offer, and then he would have told them where it was.
Okay.
John, the golden goose, is that just like costume jewelry, or are we talking magical stuff?
Have to find out.
Oh, but it's too early in the morning for me to go all the way there to not have anything. Ugh. Barkeep!
Yes.
Magic stuff. Where do?
Where do? I don't know what he's talking about. Where do? I don't know that name.
Where is there some? Where can I buy some?
Oh, well, there's no magical stores around here. We don't sell any magic. We don't have magical stores around in this city.
Anywhere that sells magical infused items or anything?
Well, the closest city is it's Frostfall.
You're gonna have to spell that for me.
It's Frost, and then Fall. F-A-L-L.
I was winding you up.
Oh. I love Tuesdays.
Yeah, we know. Wait, Why does that name ring a bell? Anyone? No one?
Wasn't there something else around Frostfall?
Maybe a
Where
particular
I've got to
coat?
go.
Some large beasts or something?
Frostfall.
There?
Fitzroy?
One of us needs to get the sharp-minded feat so we can just ask the DM these questions.
I'm not giving anything away yet.
Frostfall.
I need
It's
you.
not in the riddle.
Shadorim, was that one of your things? I remember hearing it. I don't remember anything else.
It's what the barkeep told me last night when I asked him.
Oh, so we need to go there anyway.
Oh, we're going. Well, I do anyway.
I can come with you, Shadorim.
No, if we've got all got to head that way.
Barkeep, one other quick question.
Okay.
Is the crown's gold any good over in Frostfall, or is that a different region?
You mean Imperial Crowns? We don't.
No. As in your queen, as in the treasury. Is it just is this a city state, or is she queen of the region?
Oh, she's queen of the region.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
So it's still in the same jurisdiction.
Oh yes.
I see what you're getting
the
at.
writ is good to go.
Oh yes, shopping.
Right.
I mean,
you mean what in Frostfall?
Yes.
Oh, that's a completely different kingdom. But
That is literally what I just asked.
well, you didn't make yourself clear, did you?
I thought I did.
But anyway, we all share the same coinage: gold, silver, and copper.
Marvelous.
So if I present the writ and explain to any shopkeepers over in Frostfall to send a bill to the crown, it will be fine, yes?
Yes,
Perfect.
but
That's all.
but it's in a completely different like kingdom and yeah. But
As long as they don't bill us, I don't care.
Hell yes.
so
Well then.
after about an hour, one of the maids comes back, and they give you a letter from Seth Links, stating where his caravan got attacked and how much he's going to pay for you. So his caravan got attacked near Goblin's Knob.
Of course.
It's
No.
it's a real place on the map.
Do not doubt it for a second.
You need a magnifying glass for it, or
Whereabouts is it, John?
It's
Down south,
no, it's north.
Is it in yet?
below the wood belt.
No, it's north near, well, just outside of Morthwick.
Okay.
It's a real place, I swear, says the guy who designed the map and wrote all the names.
It's a real place.
It's real. I made it real.
So to get to Goblin Knob?
Goblin's Knob.
Copy up.
Seen one of those before in my time. To get there, we have to go north from here, and the Shadow Woods, where the clue leads us, is to the south. So maybe we need to go do this and then pick up the riddle. I just didn't know if there was a time pressure with the riddles and the crystal shards.
Above table, there isn't.
I have a feeling that there's no time limit with the dozen crystal shards. I feel like we should go to Goblin Knob post haste.
Isn't it wonderful when just divine inspiration just strikes?
To Knob.
Well, as I say, I can't leave the town until this afternoon.
Oh, yes.
So, I shall be studying until then. I think there are at least one good herbalists in town. And I will ask them to perhaps show me anything about learning poisons. And then I will go to my appointment. Where shall I meet you after that?
Oh, if we all
Yeah,
meet
shall we
back
just-
here after the sun's high point, shall we say?
Yes, roughly
We're going-
1 p.m., I believe.
Good shout.
Perfect.
So to the Goblin's Knob, then back to the Hobgoblin. Seems like a roundabout trip in some way.
This is really...
We're going to the knob in the afternoon. Yeah.
It's quite some while away. Not so much inches, but miles.
His
I've
mother
heard
should
it's
be
not
proud.
that long.
As long as it's not rocky. That's gonna suck.
Nothing worse
Anyway,
than
I'm
a
game.
knob with lumps and bumps.
I think it'll be quite a great trip.
The Noblin.
No, well, Paul has to
Noblin.
go to his meeting first, so... I suggest you go and do what you need to do until 1 p.m, and then shall meet here back at, and then to the knob!
Paul stands up, dusts his waistcoat, straightens his tie, puts some cologne on, and then we'll head out to the shop.
Okay.
How far is this Goblin's Knob?
It's about, I would say, a day and a half ride.
I'll go up procure some horses.
Yes, because you left your horse, didn't you?
Oh, can't really take it on a boat, can you?
Yeah,
Or ship?
well, you left Jim, didn't
We
you?
got kidnapped. We didn't mean
Yeah, I was
to
going to say
leave
we
Jim.
didn't really have an option at that side.
I mean, there's no harm taking a horse on a boat. They're good eating.
I agree.
Exactly.
Yeah, but we still did not have a choice. But at least they got payment and horses.
We'll just get a new horse, call it Jim, and pretend this didn't happen. Second go.
What would you prefer? Carriage or individual horses?
Ooh, we'd better find out about the terrain first. Don't know if it will support a carriage.
We'll just go for individual horses then. I'll ask, and then if it's bad terrain, I'll get horses. If it's flat,
Lord Link's behalf.
Oh yes, you'll need this, and I pass Shadorim the writ.
there you go. Right,
Just show them that; it'll cover everything.
That's great. I'll head to the stables.
I've really got to find a way to forge one of these.
Yes, please.
That's amazing.
Please do, and do it quickly.
But we can all take one.
I don't. Well, you see, I don't write that well. I didn't
You
really.
don't?
I didn't really finish school.
Do you need to be able to write to forge? Well, at least understand what you're writing to forge it.
It's all
Oh no,
about
he can
handwriting.
read. It's just his handwriting is going to be shite.
We'll figure out a way. We'll make it work.
I mean, I could practice.
Well, as long as we're only harming the rich.
I mean, we've got the use of this for as long as we're on this job, so there's plenty of time.
Just don't steal from the poor. Whilst you're with me, or at least don't let me see it. Okay?
Well, they're not poor before you steal from them. They become poor.
It's the again. I'm explaining words to a bard. Poorer, the adjective, not the noun.
Punch up, not down.
Well, if they leave me alone, I'll leave them alone.
Right. What I'm hearing is I need to use my Tantan and beat some poor people. Because they can't be poorer if they're dead. And he just kind of looks over at Paul real quick and he's like, I'm just playing, for fuck's sake, don't worry. Not gonna kill anyone, not yet.
What do you want now?
Fine.
Why are you calling for me?
What?
You said for fuck's sake. Usually you get my attention by saying that.
You remembered your name! Oh my god, this is a beautiful day!
Well, it's... I shouldn't even acknowledge
Oh, I'm gonna write a ballad of the day, for fuck's sake, Caith remembered her name.
Can somebody please get me a drink?
Just another.
No. Caith put their hands and I hit, our face in her hands like, no. Too early in the morning.
We're going so D&D memes right now. Being very just not caring about the law and being alcoholics.
Yes.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
I was looking at a map a minute ago.
I know that. No, it was unfair on Fitzroy.
So we're going to go to Shadorim, who is getting some horses. We're going to do this just quickly, just to save time, Shadorim. So you go to a little stables that the owner offers you 13 gold for 6 Norvanian war horses, which are the best breed of horses in this land.
We'll all need 5.
Okay, so he'll offer you 10 for 5 of them.
That's showing the writ.
Yep, it's fine. He actually goes overboard and gives you nice saddles and reins for the horses. And you have now 5 Norvanian war horses.
Yep. So I'm gonna take it. They're going to be kept at the stable.
Yep.
Until we need them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to sit down for the next 10 minutes and cast Call Horse. Cast Find Steed, and my own horse just appears after 10 minutes.
Nice.
So you'll find the token in chat.
Yes, I saw the token. So I'll save that for next week.
Yep. And I'll leave that with the stable and head off back to the others.
Nice. So you enter the hobgoblin, and you pass Paul on the way out as he's now going to the rendezvous.
Oh well. Whilst I was waiting, I wanted to go to. Let me look at the map. Because there is a herbalist, at least one.
The stinging nettle.
Yes, to try and learn more about poisons with them. Using the book that I got ages ago.
Okay.
And I've done nothing with.
Okay. What would you like at the stinging nettle?
Just to discuss like how to learn from the book better. Just like, I didn't understand this bit. What's that about?
Okay, so you go to the stinging nettle. The quite elderly tiefling lady explains to you in the book that you need to cut certain stems and petals off certain poisonous plants for it to take effect better, and grind it in a mortal pestle, and then add it with other ingredients that she shown you in the book to help you understand the book better.
Okay. Thank her. Do you know what? Let's leave her a couple of silver, because that is only polite.
She's a bit bashful, but she takes the silver.
Okay. Oh, how can I do this in broad daylight? I'm not sure I can. Well, I'm going to put my hat into my pack and just try and sweep back my hair so I look a little different.
Okay.
Before I go to the rendezvous.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, meet with...
You see Nyx with her hood up and everything, trying to be not seen by other people, but she kind of stands out like a sore thumb.
Is she dressed like a beggar, or...?
No, she's just dressed in her normal attire.
Okay. Well, I'll come up to her.
Mm-hmm.
6 foot difference. Like, distance, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Sly message cantrip. Would you prefer to talk like this, or go somewhere else?
Here would be fine. What I found out that his hoard that he was getting was from Volkril. He purchased interesting, well, artifact, shall we say.
Okay, I'm going to go and sit down next to her,
Mm-hmm.
so that we can look like we're talking normally, rather than just two people looking at each other silently.
Yeah.
That looks weird. Does Folkrock have any significance to Paul?
I'm going to say no at this point.
Okay. An artifact? Now, I don't really understand what that means.
Well, it's quite unusual. He has a model longship, or a model ship of a very ancient myth.
Are we going through all this so that a man can get his little model boat toy back?
He wouldn't have gone all through this to get. There's something significant about that model boat.
Okay. Well, thank you. That's been of great help, and I hope you will consider me an ally to your guild. You've not fully invited me in, and I understand.
You are an
You
ally
couldn't.
to us.
I understand you couldn't fully invite me in with such short notice. I just wondered if you'd heard of one more thing, and I know this is not part of our deal. Have you any idea what became of Peter Betteridge?
I don't.
My brother disappeared. I was a private investigator and I couldn't find a trace of him. I assumed that he was killed and disposed of.
If you like, I would find out more about him.
I would appreciate it as a personal favour. And as we always said, back in the groups by the mill, a favour buys another favour.
that sounds reasonable. Another thing to add to my investigation. It's best you read a book called Myths and Legends of Novania. It'll have everything you need in that book. And she just
Thank you.
walks away.
Yep. He'll sit and thumb through his book to try and make it look like that's what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And, after a while, try and find the rest of them.
The rest of them are still at the tavern, still drinking, but not heavily, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
As they're planning on what to do next.
Okay. So I will tell them. In fact, I'll sit down and say out loud, sorry if I'm quiet right now, I'm not feeling too well. And then sequentially message them.
Mm-hmm.
The advisor bought an artifact. It is a longship that is made tiny. It's very important to him. They don't know why. And as well, it's very important that we find and read a book called Myths of Nolvonia. Now, I understand what you think with my secrecy about all of this business. Understand that this is my stock and trade. This is my world. And I give you the information based on that world's rules. Don't ask me too many questions about where it came from.
Okay. Is there anybody who has a copy of this book? This has one book in has owned one book in his entire life, and it's the book that Derrum gave him. This is not that book.
I know someone has.
I think Caith might have one.
Mm-hmm.
Caith smirks and just puts the book down in front of her.
Like magic.
Black
Derrum
magic.
do good.
Is it just me, or is that awfully convenient?
Ah,
I mean, I'm not one to look a gift horse in the mouth, but still.
let's see, shall we? Shall we have a story time? Once upon a time, there was a lord. That was a fool.
Oh, look, he gets turned into a horse.
And Caith starts flicking through the book. She's not quite sure what she's looking for, but I'm pretty sure she'll probably find it when...
Look for shrinking longships.
She just looks over the book at her like, shrinking longships, okay. So, what do I need to roll for that?
Roll me an investigation, because you're trying to find this chapter in the book.
Oh dear God. Looking 8.
Oh, I'm watching her flick the book. When she's flicking through, would my character notice anything from possibly his past?
Sorry, could you repeat that again? Sorry, you got muffled up, buddy.
Oh, that's alright. Here, I'll put the mic a bit closer. I was saying, since I'm watching Caith flip through the book, can I roll anything to see if I notice anything, like myth-wise, that would point towards my character's past?
I would say no,
That he would notice.
Because this book is about the myths and legends of Nolvania, and you're not from here, are you, sir?
No, I don't believe I am.
No.
But I didn't know if there was interconnectivity or anything.
No, there isn't. Sorry, I had to really think
Alright.
about it. Sorry.
Oh, it's alright. No worries, man. There, I'll be quiet.
what was your Caith? Sorry.
A lovely 8.
Lovely. You take a long time finding this, but you do find the chapter of what you try, which
Has to go to the index.
yeah, it has to go to the index, and you find it's under the 4 ships of the Brotherhood, which you read on the captain's ship that time.
Yes, she'll be digging around for our notes as well. It's like, oh, I remember this. Interesting. This is the second time we've heard about this, my friends. And she'll open up the book onto it and then grab our notes out about it. There you go. Ooh. Read, please refer to lava notes. Law and Order, I believe. I think.
The notes you're looking for are not currently available. Please try again next time.
They're on there. That's chapter 12 before Ships of the Bloody Brotherhood. So, nah. Oh, the Wolf of the North. Does anybody else want to read?
Long ago, when
Anybody that's not Fitzroy.
There was a time, there was a
Oh,
wolfie.
Facinus!
That was.
What are we doing? Sorry?
I'm just saying, I have the information here that we are looking for. I wrote notes from the captain's ship, and then I have this in this book as well, so have at it.
I
Talks about
look at the stuff, but I have no idea what to do with any of it. Yeah, yep, that looks like information.
Is it written in common?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Paul slowly drags the notes and the book over the table to himself. And he tries to put 2 and 2 together. Like I say, he's not the most literate man in the world, but he is kind of good at matching 2 and 2 together.
And they are what you think they are. They are the same, or they seem similar.
Your suspicions, right, Caith? There's a connection between what the notes you took there and what's in this book.
Yes, and this longship has to be something to do with all this.
do you think the sword is on there? The Ethereum. Oh no. It's a great weapon, Starfell. Do we think that's on the ship?
It could be. I don't know. Well, until we find it, we won't know. But what did that little weasel say, Nayak? You said it wouldn't matter soon. But please do hurry up with this mission.
Yeah, something like that.
I wonder what moves his timeline up.
Maybe this ship, for some reason.
He must have a contingency, otherwise it would only matter when he gets it back. I feel like you're not understanding me. Do you all understand what I'm getting at? He wouldn't say it won't matter soon unless something else was on the horizon.
Yes, unless he knew something was coming back to him soon. And, well, he did tell us to hurry up with this quest, because it wasn't time sensitive, but it would be better if we did it sooner for him.
They're two separate things, I swear.
Well, either way, I would like to find out. And it happens to be something we don't want to give it to him, back to him, and then we'll just simply keep it for ourselves, won't we?
Shadorim, did they say? Oh,
You go ahead, Joe.
did they say how long it takes to get to Goblin Knob?
About a day and a half.
Thank you, Shadorim.
Yeah, it was a day and a half, I believe it said.
Thank you, Shadorim.
And did you require travel for us, Shadorim?
Yeah, I acquired five of the best horses.
Ooh. Fantastic.
So who gets the crappy horse?
You. I believe it's a donkey called Nigel. To get us smirks and stuff.
John, let's just step away from the table just for a minute. 1 second, everybody, and just totter back to his room to get this fucking chest from the captain. The jewelry box, money box, something box. Mm-hmm. Just look into it to see if there's anything ship related.
Not really. There's just it's just rings, a few necklaces, gold coins of different, well, mostly from Novania. Nothing really seaworthy, really.
Okay, it was just checking the ship wasn't in there, just on the off chance.
No. The ship's gone.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Fitz is just going to put another random ring on.
Okay.
Just for fun. And then notice in the previous fight they had, he has cracked his Misty Step ring a little bit.
Oh, okay.
And just is not magical enough to look into this, so he's just going to ignore it. He has cracked it, and he doesn't want to show Derrum because Durham's got him 2 presents now.
Yeah.
So he's just going to run downstairs, ignore, and not tell them what he's been doing.
Okay.
It's just reading about longships, and it's just like, maybe one of these longships, well, that longship is maybe one of these suns. One of the suns.
So, one rode on the Maiden, one rode on the Warrior, and one rode on the Smith, and one rode on the Crone.
Yes.
Is it one of these, or all of these? One brother survived. One brother went missing.
Well, if there's a relationship between these 4 ships and the 4 captains, one of them we know for certain did not survive. Even before we met him.
And what was the ship called that we got off, John? That Captain Morgan had?
That's the Oakheart. It's completely different to the other ones you had.
Damn it.
Sorry. So what Captain Morgan had was completely different to the ships you are sent with now.
Okay. This is why I don't play smart characters, because I'm not able to figure out clues.
My intelligence is +0. I've only got, investigation to help me out.
But there's one son missing. That went missing and disappeared in the Northern Wilds. This could be his ship.
Huh.
Maybe.
Northern Wilds? We're in the north?
Yes. And maybe...
Oh my goodness, what if the miniature ship also has miniature people on it?
Ooh, that'd be very cool, wouldn't it?
Oh my god, we'd be giants to them.
We could threaten them, we're going to stack on them.
Oh no. We'll play them a very serene tune as we sail them through the air. They've never experienced sailing through the air. We'll put it in your hand and go, whoosh, and you see him make these mannerisms of having a ship in his hand, making it fly in the air.
Well, before we terrorize victims of being tinierized, we need... We need a plan. Daylight is running short.
Well, I thought the plan was we're going to Gobnob. So...
Yeah, we need to find this thing first before we can do anything.
Yes, exactly. So the blah, blah, blah.
And he wouldn't confirm or deny if we were the only ones looking.
Let's stop all this book learning and let's go find the treasure.
Okay, yes, I agree with Fitzroy. But how, Nayak, would we confirm whether somebody else is looking for these or not?
I have absolutely no idea, because, like I said, he wouldn't confirm for us.
Surely we just need to find it first?
We find it, and if someone else found it, we kill them.
Yes, exactly.
I think we're pretty reliable in combat to be able to do that.
Thank you.
Sounds like a plan, then. Find it
So
first,
we're
or kill whoever beat us to it.
Exactly.
Alright, so we heading tonight or the morning?
Is there any reason somebody wants to stay here?
Any more shopping to do?
Yeah, if there's any more
Yeah, I
shopping,
think
have at it.
Well, they don't really have my kinds of shops here, do they? So, no.
Oh, wait, Frostfall, where is that in relation to where we are and where we're going?
It's like northwest from where we are now. It's like
Okay, so if we go to get this ship to make sure we're the ones that get it, and then on the way back we kind of divert.
because as soon as you said it now.
WD-40, my man.
Yes, so Dawnsview on the way to Mothric is Goblin Knob, and then we take a roundabout way to Frostfall, return to Dawnsview if we decide we want to give this parcel back to the advisor, and then down to the Shadow Woods to find the shard and the riddle.
Alright, that sounds like a plan.
Seemed a bit weird that Sun went missing and now we have a mini ship. So, I think it's looking like
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm very excited about this. So, come on, chaps.
And I don't think we need to feel bad about this advisor because the people are against him. He has created a bit of a
Yes. Feel free to stab him if you must.
property line. Spend all the money first.
Oh,
When we say that people are against him, there are some elements who are out of control.
well, I think
Example.
it's mainly out of desperation of being a paw, and who's made the whole city paw by spending. Oh shit.
Okay, so when I was part of the resistance in Cirta, whatever was found, we divided equally to make sure that everybody had enough. In this nation, whatever's found is kept by the keepers. These aren't honourable thieves.
So what you're saying is that this is a choice between like a communal collective of ownership versus a system where capital is kept by specific people. I wonder if there's a name for that kind of system.
Well, okay, yes, I understand your point. It's simply that
No point. I don't. I genuinely wonder what the name for those things is. Is there one? Have we just thought of something completely brand new?
The monarchy.
We've come up with a new societal concept.
what you do not legally have the right to own does not belong to you. It should belong to everybody who needs it. Like the land, like the crops.
Like the cocks in the field, and the crows in the sky, and the berries in the trees. We all share these.
And the knobs on the goblins.
No, no one shares those.
I've shared
No
a
one
few.
wants to share those.
Hey, some
Anyways.
people like to share those. So I understand from my very limited travels in this realm.
I say we get going. I got a lot of music to play, and I want to play it.
Well, then I'll lead the way to the horses. Everyone's ready.
Yes, I think we definitely do need a leader, Steve.
Go on, then.
I'm following Steve.
We're all following Shadorim to where the horses are kept. You all saddle up and you make your way out of the city on the journey to Goblin's Knob. And that is where we end tonight's session.
On to Guppy Knob.
Nice, nice.
Yes, onto Gobby Knob.
From hobgoblin to goblin knobs. Our
Goblin
adventure
knobs and
continues.
taking names.
I'm loving your theories about the ships, though.
I think I'm onto something,
You're all off by miles, but it's really interesting.
No, because there's one ship missing, right? That's a mini ship, and that one went missing ages ago. So somebody may have been holding them hostage magically.
You'll be very disappointed. But anyway, thank you for watching tonight's episode. Please like it and subscribe to the channel. Click that bell icon to never miss an episode, and we will see you next week.
Everybody.
Oh!
See ya.
I bid you adieu.
Bye.